Get hit, man.
Okay, I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
First one, on behalf of Team Jonah. Is there any chance that you will ever release solo stuff or press your solo stuff?
Yes, please.
I don't know. I mean, I always think about it, but then, you know, sometimes life gets in the way and you end up moving to Europe. But yeah, I mean, I would love to. It's just something I think you kind of get, not pigeonholed, but, you know, I'm a drummer. That's, I mean, at heart, like, that'll always be what I do, and it'll always be what I love to do more than anything in the world. And there's certain things, it's not that I'm just saying, like, oh, I'm a drummer, that's just what I do. Like, I like being a drummer, and especially in the venue that I do it with Steve right now. I mean, like, yeah, I miss playing on the kit with the full band. Like, I love that. Love it. But at the same time, I like this a lot, too. I feel like just a little bit more of a versatile musician because I get to do more things. I do get to sing. I get to play some weird little kid shit like this. And I get to interact and support Steve in a way that I haven't in the past, because just by the nature of what it is that I do. I mean, you know, I've always liked playing with Steve in a full band because he and I still connect right here a lot because he turns around to me a lot, and it's nice because you don't always do that with singers, you know, that you're playing with. But anyways, I know I've kind of gotten off subject, but yeah, I mean, I would really love to, you know, just.
And he's getting good on the guitar now too. It's hard when you're left-handed because nobody ever has guitars you can play.
Yeah, I can never pick up a guitar, A, and B, I'm never gonna be like, hold on, I'm gonna play this sweet drum pattern I just made up. Or I gotta have a piano, which, let's be honest, nobody ever hears piano in their place. So it's a little weird.
And then the other question is for Steve. If you had to write an artist profile page for yourself, how would you describe your music?
Like an elevator pitch.
So fucking hard. Good luck with that.
I know. If you could write one for me, that'd be fantastic. I don't know how to do it, and I get it all the time. Where it's like, I get it probably once a day, if not more, because I'm usually like on a plane or somewhere, and people always either jump to the conclusion that I'm a musician or they ask what I do. So it's either like, hi, are you a musician? Or, what do you do? I'm a musician. I knew it. It's either one of the two.
And then detective work.
And then that's how the dialogue starts. And then the second bit is, what kind of music do you do? And if I can answer that, and I don't think I answer it differently every time. I don't know. I think the fact that I listen and appreciate so many different styles of music is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because I want to do stuff, I don't want to do the same thing all the time, you know? And there's some artists that are really good at having like their niche and doing, you know, what they do. You know, there's the Jack Johnsons, and I love Jack Johnson. But Jack Johnson's not like a very diverse musician. He has a tone, he has a vibe, and a thing he does, and people love it, and it's cool. I want to do different things all the time, and that the only thing that's tough with that is that you get people who, you know, get used to one sound, and then they're like, oh, well, that sounds not like your old album, and I really like your first album more than I like your second album, and your fourth album didn't sound as cool as the second album because you didn't have horns on it, and I don't like the horns because I don't like horns, and it's like, I didn't make the album for you, I'm so sorry. You know, like, I don't know what to say to that, you know, it's like, I didn't, you know, the only thing I can think to do is, because you're never going to please everybody with what you release and what you put out into the world. The only thing I can think to do is do what makes myself happy and what I like and what I dig, and hope that the truth in that comes through to the listener and that they appreciate it as well. And yeah, I don't think any artist looks at their you know, body of work or accomplishments and looks back and doesn't think, I wish I would have done that differently. I mean, there's definitely things I listen back to and I'm like, oh man, I wish I'm not really digging that, you know, the way I did that. I could sing that so much better now than I would have sung it back then. And, I generally tell people, and which is a term that's used like only in LA, so no one else knows it, but when people say, what kind of music do you do? I say, I do singer-songwriter music. And if you say that in LA, people are like, oh cool, right on. Yeah, I do singer-songwriter music. But if you say it anywhere else, people are like, what does that mean? And you're like, it's a kind of a genre that's developed, and people are like, I don't think I've ever heard of that genre. And I don't know. I sing and I write my own music.
Well, that's funny because I always describe you as a California singer-songwriter.
Yeah, I mean that is what I would say. But a lot of times, especially overseas, I've gotten a lot since I've been here. People are like, "What kind of music is it?" I'm like, singer-songwriter. Like, is that like pop? Like, sure, I guess. I don't know. It's rock. It's pop.
I think it's an ever-evolving term because in the '60s you'd be called a folk musician.
Oh, totally.
You know, it's just.
Oh, and I get that too. Like, people be like, so you told me you're rock, but I don't think you're rock at all. I think you're folk. I'm like, if I had told you I was folk, you probably would have come back and been like, you're not really folk, you're more rock. You know, so it's like, no win, you know? Like, listen to it and tell me what you think. It's the best thing I can usually tell.